Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Sunday. How's it going? Different look. Yes, my hair is actually long enough to pull back into a tail again. So I decided I would go ahead and do that instead of having it all over the place. How's it going? Ray, what's up, brother? What's going on, bro? Um, Let me know if you want to join in here in a little bit, and I'll send out a link. So welcome back to Sunday Funday. This is just basically a little bit of talk. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Pixel 4. So if you want to kind of join in and talk about that, yeah, Android 11 coming soon. Yeah, we're finally getting a full-fledged Android 11. As you guys can see, just that way. My little lollipop guy. I decided to throw him up there. He looks cool. He looks cool in the background. Figured he'd be there for that. So. Sorry if you guys hear my neighbors walking. As you guys can tell, my office is basically underneath the staircase that goes up to the second floor apartment, the way that they designed this. So my neighbors got thunder thighs and elephant feet. So as they walk, everything sounds like it's shaking. I don't know if the mic can pick that up. But anyways, as I'm waiting for more people to come in, it's Sunday. I don't expect a lot of people in here. I don't expect a lot of traffic, just because people are just enjoying themselves. But I did want to bring a Sunday podcast video and just talk about a few things. We're also going to be talking about the LG Wing. If you guys have not heard about that, I do have an article pulled up about it. We are going to talk about it. Of course, daily life's going on in the house. So yeah, you send me the link in 20 minutes. The kids almost have my breakfast, and after that, I'll be free. Awesome. That is totally cool. And you could definitely join me, and we'll talk Pixel 4. As you have a Pixel 4, Ray, I have a Pixel 4. You have the 4 XL. So your experience is going to be just a little bit different than mine. And we got my daily side up in here. What's up, bro? Do you want to join in on the podcast today? I would love to have you on my channel, besides the chat. Also, hey, Gene says, hey, my daily side. Gene, what's up, man? Welcome for coming in. Yes, this is a Sunday podcast. It's a kickback and chill. Nothing extravagant, nothing to the extent open discussion. So, we'll kind of see which way the snake pattern goes. That is reference to the Nokia Snake game. One of my favorite games to play on a cell phone. You guys, you know what? I don't like this lighting. Let me turn on the main light in here. There we go. Oh, I just knocked over my microphone. That's not good. Okay. Get that set back up. All right. So, I think this light's a little bit much more better. But yeah. Let's see. Yes, sir. Love my Pixel 4 XL. Writing a video for the phone review. Nice. That's awesome. I have mine with me. I actually took the skin off of it and went back to it just being solid black. I keep hitting this microphone. That's not good. It's not a good thing to keep hitting the microphone. So, but yeah, it's back to solid black. And I got Mega Man Zero. One of my favorite characters from the Mega Man series. So yeah, this is basically open discussion toward. I usually have open discussions toward the end, but today is just pretty much just laid back. I'm not really going by structure. I'm going to talk Pixel 4 with Ray when he joins here in a little while. Now we're not doing homework and packing, getting ready to leave Florida soon. Oh wow, awesome! Taking a trip, man. That's awesome. We need that. We need lots of that. Hope you're having a good Sunday, bro. Good luck on the stream. Thanks, Berserk. Really appreciate it, man. If you have any downtime later on, I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for, but definitely come back and watch the replay if I think it'll be an interesting Sunday. Gene, if you want in a little bit, let me know. And just tell me where to send you the link and you can come on in. Hopefully I can get enough people to where I can kind of rotate in and out. But anyways, we're going to talk about the first thing. I want to talk about this first thing right now. That's the LG Wing. Okay, so let me go ahead and share this real quick. And we'll get into it. There's no audio for it, so we don't need the audio. But boom, let's get into it. All right, so LG confirms Wing is the name of its new smartphone. This is interesting. LG kind of doing something a little bit different. And yes, if you're looking at the phone itself, I don't know if this is some sort of like swivel thing. We'll figure it out here in a second because this is first for me. It says LG has confirmed its upcoming phone will be called the Wing and will be revealed at its announcement event on September 14th. This device is believed to have 2 screens in a swiveling form factor. Okay, so the way that they have it shown right here, literally that's what it's going to be. So this kind of brings back a nostalgic feeling for me. You guys remember back in the day before Android, before iPhones, we had these phones being built that were just like weird. They had weird mechanisms to it, right? Some of them had like a display inside the body of the phone that would be like at the top right here, and you press the button on the side, and the screen would pop up more, so revealing a bigger display for you to read content, like your text messaging, your old style emails, and the old style web browsing. So this is a very nostalgic feeling for it to go back to this extent. Some people will say it's a bit goofy, but hey, you know what? I mean, if you've ever been to Japan and South Korea and China, like a lot of things are a bit goofy there, but that's actually pretty cool. Um, Let's see. So it has a swiveling form factor with a recent teaser video showing what looks like a sliding mechanism that can rotate into a T shape. In addition to its swiveling screens, reports about the wings so far have indicated that the device will support 5G, have a triple rear camera array with a 64 megapixel main sensor, and will run a Snapdragon 700 series. More than likely, possibly the 768G. I would think it would go with the newer chip. The device will be LG's first launched under its Explorer project, a new mobile category that the company says is aimed at discovering new ways to interact with mobile devices. So this is exciting because it looks like they're bringing back innovation, different design form factors, different ways of doing things on your smartphone. That's good on LG. This is why I say people sleep on LG way too much, but it just looks like that LG is doing a fantastic job here, trying to explore new ways for us to interact with our smartphones instead of the candy bar style. Like I've said, I would much rather deal with the candy bar style phone, and the same rule applies here. Now, doesn't mean that I'm not excited to see something like this, but it does alarm me with moving parts equals me having to service my phone if anything goes wrong with the mechanics of it. And in my belief, you service a car, you don't service a phone. So that's some of the things that I will think of. But I do think it's cool that they're trying to be a bit innovative here. This says, discovering new ways to interact with your mobile devices and challenging established users' norms. Adding that the Wing will deliver a new and different form factor and mobile experience that would be impossible to create with conventional smartphones. LG's announcement kicks off at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on September 14th. So that's actually pretty cool. In my opinion, I think that's actually pretty cool that they're looking to go that route with a newer device, newer form factor style. So obviously, screen on screen swivel up to become like a T shape. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. I think it's gonna look like a Ghostbusters, ectoplasma reader or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Maybe Egon's working with LG right now. That would actually be pretty cool. LG really coming out with something interesting here. Now, we just had the Samsung Unpacked 2, which basically was just a full Unpacked event dedicated to the Galaxy Z Fold 2, and Samsung basically showcasing its new foldable display device. It having what was it? What did they call it? I know it was something thin glass, but basically allowing it to fold. LG has done lots of good things with their devices. Yeah, they have. But see, the problem is that everyone sleeps on LG because LG is not very aggressive with marketing. You know what I mean? So they're not really out there calling out Samsung, calling out Google, calling out HTC. You know what I mean? Like they're not all about the controversy and the drama. And so I think that's why everyone has slept on LG. I mean, LG is starting to awaken people. We have people that's buying the LG Velvet and doing reviews. I think Carlos got the LG Velvet for AT&T. He did an unboxing to show what the phone had. He's talked a little bit about it, but we're waiting to see like a full-fledged review from him on the LG Velvet if he's planning to. I haven't asked him if he's planning to do that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So LG really coming out of the gate. That was actually kind of like, left field. So September 14th, which would be a week from tomorrow. So one more week of waiting, and then 10 a.m. that morning we will definitely see the event. I am actually going to find out where the event is broadcasting, and I will hope on that Monday morning be able to do like a a live interaction of the event. Basically, have it streamed on the channel, like I did with the Unpacked event. So I think that would be a nice touch for everybody to basically check out. So we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens then. Hold on, let me lower this just a little bit. This makes it a little bit easier. So, um, let's see. My brothers say back then, didn't LG made the over the air TV phone? Ah man, I don't remember. I want to go ahead and say yes to that. I could be wrong, but I think they were the ones to do. I think they were the first ones to make like a phone that was able to capture like over the air frequencies to basically you could watch like um, TV before everything went digital. I heard the LG Velvet has a single screen and a dual screen. Looks like a book. Yeah. So what they did with the LG Velvet, they did the same thing that they did with the V60. So there is a case that the case itself has a screen both front and back of the upper lip of the screen. No, I don't know if I want to say lip, but the front part of the case has dual screens on that. And so you snap your phone into the case registers that the phone is in there. So when you have the case closed, you have an outer display screen so you can maneuver with everything on the phone from the outside. But when you open it, then it becomes dual screen where the inner display from the case and then the original display from the device becomes a dual screen. So yes, the LG Velvet does have that. I think the case is an additional dollars, additional $100 if you want that case, if you want to turn your LG Velvet into a dual display, which can be handy. I mean, there's so much things you can do now with that type of technology. Basically, one of the things that most people that are gamers are interested with, like the LG Velvet and the LG V60 and stuff like that, is the ability to like use DS emulators to play Nintendo DS games. So that's some of the things that people are looking forward to. Uh, do we know the price yet? No mention of the price. We will know on the 14th of September. Unless any more information leaks out about the LG Wing, we're definitely just gonna have to, stay tuned for their event and see how much it's going to cost when they unveil the LG Wing, which is a nice touch. That'd be sweet. Yeah. Um, for this one, for the LG Wing, I don't think they're going to be doing any type of case that's a dual display. It'd be totally stupid to do anything like that, right? You have a display on the phone that swivels, exposing a bottom display, making it a T-shaped display. Now some people will say that's stupid, and some people will say that that's not how would it work, what kind of things can we expect out of it. And to be quite truthful with everybody, like I don't expect this thing to like full like to be a full-fledged thing that some people would just adapt to. This is one of those types of phones where LG is showing its quirkiness, its nerdiness, its geeky side, and I'm okay with that. We have to have these types of things in the mobile tech field. We can't just always be looking at the same thing of like pumping out a candy bar style phone. I mean, that's just like, yeah, it's non-conventional to me. We have to have these weird things that people kind of question and be like, where were they coming with this and what were they thinking? It's totally fine. It's not for everybody. Emulator games will be great on the phone if it can handle it. Yeah, like I said, it's going to have a Snapdragon 700 series. It didn't say what it is. Now, I am hoping that this would be the first phone to have the Snapdragon 768G. I think there is one that has that chip already in it. If not, this one will be the first one. But this phone is the phone that should be using the Snapdragon 768G. Just imagine all the things you can do with that, And then, of course, like I said, one of my favorite things about the 768G, other than the fact that the chip is designed to take a lot of like rigorous gaming, is also the ability to upgrade the GPU over the air, so you can update the GPU graphics, and you wouldn't have to like replace a component. So Paul Boyd up inside here. Good afternoon, Tito, and everybody. Good afternoon to you too, good sir. Thank you for joining us today. This is open discussion. Kind of, we're talking a little bit about the LG Wing. Paul, if you'd like to see that, comment a thumbs up, and I'll reshare my screen that has an image of the LG Wing. A very interesting device that LG is going to officially talk about on the 14th of September at an event. And yeah, this is kind of like them dipping into innovation. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just weird that they're doing that. And also, been a big shout out to the lollipop dude just chilling up there. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna start like posting like different mascots of the Android guy before Google decided to kill off the dessert names, which are pretty stupid. For I'm very mad at Google for doing that. I mean, it's been a few years now, but I mean, well, yeah, about a year, almost 2 years, just because the last actual known dessert name for Android was Android 9, which was called Pie. They had like no other thing to it but just Pie. So hopefully hopefully, I don't know. I really wish Google would go back to naming that. I mean, you remember how fun it was to have like one of the events basically was all about um finding out like what the new dessert name is for Android. Like I remember when they did those little snips on YouTube, and especially when they were doing it for like what was it? I think it was they were trying to find out lollipop, but like they had like all these people like auditioning, and like all these people were dressed up as desserts and they were auditioning. And then they kept focusing on the dad with his daughter who was supposed to be a lemon drop, and he's all like coaching her to get ready. And then the guy walks out from the interview room at the audition, and he has a lollipop in his hand. And um they literally were just like next year, better luck next year. He's like next year is going to be M for muffins. And everyone got all mad. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. So I wish we had those. We don't have those anymore. It's kind of sad that we don't. Um, anyways, like, don't mind me here if I seem a little bit kind of like focused. I'm actually trying to make sure that I send the right link to Ray, so Ray can join me. He and I are going to talk a little bit about the Pixel 4. Then we'll also be talking a little bit about the maybe some movies that's coming up pretty soon. I haven't really talked about movies lately, so we'll see what happens there. But okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again, just to give one more look at the LG Wing. And like I said, this is a very unique phone, kind of crazy in the design that they're wanting to do. So just one more time, just kind of scroll back up to the top. So there it is right there. The LG Wing. Yes, as you're seeing it, it is a dual display to an extent, but there's only like a bottom display right here. And this swivels down back to align perfectly with the entire body of the phone. And then when you want to use it, I guess in wing mode, you just kind of like push from the side and it swivels up to create this T-shaped design. And I mean, so like, I don't know, I can think of a few things that you can do with this, especially if you're a vlogger. You can still hold your phone in, portrait, I guess in portrait position, while still getting a landscape recording view, whether hopefully there's a front facing camera here. And then you can get like, if you're vlogging, you can get your video in this format, landscape, rather than portrait. And then, or having to hold the phone sideways to get portrait. So that's one of the things I can think of when it comes to the LG Wing is what you could do with that. But we'll know more about that on September 14th. They're going to have an event where they're going to basically talk about it. We'll know pricing. So pricing is one. We'll know what exact chipset from Qualcomm they're going to be using, which I'm thinking is the 768G. I'm just saying it could be that, but we will know then. So and so while I wait for Ray to join me so we can both talk about our Pixel 4s, how's your guys' weekend so far? I know it's a 3-day weekend. Some of y'all are, back to work, so maybe you guys got like 3 days off. And if you guys are, doing anything for, Labor Day, what are you guys doing? Like, are you guys barbecuing? You guys gonna have family over, have a little small party in your house? Tell me what you guys are doing. I'm just interested because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I know the missus has to go to work as a regular work day for her tomorrow. Kind of bummed out about that, but it is what it is. And I'm seeing a lot of advertisement that's talking about people wanting to continue to do something for Labor Day. And I'm wondering, is Labor Day being challenged Um, no. Let's see, Ray. On my way in 10 minutes, bro. Take your time, man. I know dad duties, bro. I know what dad duties are. You know I have kids, so we'll see you here once you're ready and available. Just take care of the kids first, and then you come on in, man. Um, I'm actually kind of baffled that we're having advertisements that's basically talking about people celebrating Labor Day. Like what like why are we still trying to tell ourselves, are people like really trying to get rid of these holidays? That's some of the things that's kind of concerning and alarming to me. Um, I'll say it straight up. I know people have their preferences. Hey, Riverdale Tales, what's going on? I know people have their preferences, I know people have their beliefs, and I'm not trampling on anyone else's beliefs. You believe what you want to believe, and you believe it solely because that's what you want to do. But one thing that for me, this is kind of like a warning to anyone out there. Um, if you're going to bash basically like our military and stuff like that, I am going to have a little bit of a resentment towards that, only because my father has served 20 years in the United States Air Force. My uncle was also in the Air Force. My younger sister, currently right now, she is in the Air Force serving. And so yeah, I think somebody like on the gram and something like that had made mention on something of mine, and I just kind of like, I didn't go off on a person. I'm not the type of person to just start talking crap about somebody like over the internet, but I did state like that, why I take offense to it, and why I don't want to see that type of stuff on my Instagram account, just because I have a sister who serves in the military. So I mean, it is what it is. Oh boy, small barbecue, nothing elaborate. Well, a small barbecue is still good, man. There's people that's not doing anything, man. What are you barbecuing? That's the question. Because I'm a foodie. Okay, that's one thing I like to look at on Instagram is people's photos of food and stuff like that. So definitely. Birthday today, party tomorrow. Today's your birthday. Everyone give Gene a happy birthday wish. Happy birthday to Gene. So we're singing and a one and a two. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gene G Tech. Happy birthday to you. Ha! And many more. I can't hold a note to save my life. No, it's not your birthday? If it's not your birthday, I just sang happy birthday to you. If it's your birthday, then that was well deserved. What's up? Want any waffles? No, no, thank you. Okay. All right. Don't get full because your mom's making breakfast when she wakes up. I'm not doing anything because I'm not American and because it's Corona and y'all should stay home. No one's saying to go out, Riverdale's. See, I mean that's the thing, is that when people say something like what are you doing for Labor Day, right? This is where the communication is broken down. So your assumptions are that a lot of us is going to go out and party, but really staying at home and barbecuing is staying at home, right? Would you agree that if I stayed home and just busted out the grill in the backyard and started barbecuing, have I left my home? The thing about assumptions, and like everyone wants to jump on it because it's like whatever they're thinking in their head, that's the first thing that comes to their head. And it could be the way that I explain things, how I said it could have somebody assume a certain way, because I was like, what are you guys doing for Labor Day? Maybe people are assuming that I'm asking, what are you doing? Like, are you going out? So I mean that's some of the thing. Okay, it is your birthday. All right. Well, because you said no after that. So I'm like, no, it's not, but I already had sang happy birthday to you. So whose birthday is it? Sorry, it's Gene G Tech's birthday. Um, Inviting people for a cookout is just as bad, bro. Well, he never said he was inviting anybody for a cookout, and no one said that either. See, again, assumptions. All I said is what people are doing for Labor Day. And if you're barbecuing at home, you could be barbecuing for you, the wife, and the kids. Or if you're a single man, you could be barbecuing for yourself. If you're a single woman, barbecuing for yourself. If you're a single parent, barbecuing for you and your kids. That's the thing about today. And I'm not bashing you, Riverdale's. Like I completely love the fact that you spoke that way, because this is what's happening today with a lot of people. We are quick to assume what people are doing before getting the facts, and then we make our own analysis and then we judge. And it really shouldn't be that. It really shouldn't. It should be more of just like really listening to the key points of what the person is saying before. But you know what? We're conditioned to be that way. If people hadn't noticed, we are conditioned to be that way these days. You know, with social media, with trolling and stuff like that, we have to be rapid on the fire. You know, just to be able to just get back at people. You know what I mean? Like, and so yeah, but no, I agree with you, Riverdale. Like, this is not the time for people to do a barbecue and say, you know, hey, call over like 15 of our friends, let's come over and barbecue. Like, no, you really shouldn't be doing that. You really should just be protecting yourself. And you know, you can barbecue at home, barbecue for you and the family, and you're good. You're all good. My days, I am a slow learner, so it takes me a while longer to complete. No, I think just everyone just learned at their own pace. There's no such thing as a slow learner. Everyone has a different pace. You know, like there's things that I quickly absorb in learning, and then there's other subjects where it'll take me a little bit of time to get to know. So it's just really on your own growth. That's why I have to work 10 times hard. No, you work 10 times hard because you got good work ethics. That's why. All right. Don't sell yourself short. My number here has changed. Yeah, I know it's changed. I know it's changed. You added tech to it. I don't, you know, and that's totally cool. That's totally cool that you added that. Me personally, like someone has always asked me, like, how come I never named it Aloha Tech? And I told them the reason I don't name it Aloha Tech because there's too many channels that have the name Tech in it to stand out differently. And I think it was what the 4-hour live stream that I did. I explained why the channel was called Aloha Android, and I'll explain it again. You know, to basically for people to understand. But why I named the channel Aloha Android, one, has nothing to do with that guy up there. Okay, has nothing to do with Andy the bug droid. All right. If you guys didn't know his name is Andy, and I'm not naming him Andy. By Google, his name is Andy. So where the name Aloha Android derives from, basically, first of all, Aloha, the Aloha spirit, inclusive, loving, caring. I wanted to kind of bring that to a channel because every other tech channel I saw was just so cold. It was just like, here's the phone, this is what it can do. All right, get out of here, bye. You know, like I wanted to have something like this, like a podcast where I could talk, interact with everybody, and just, you know, care for everybody. Because I do care about all of you. I really do. And that's why I ask, like, you know, how you guys are doing. Just to really kind of get your side of things. Yeah. I might just change my podcast to something different. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, you can elaborate more on that when you pop in here. What services were rendered? What do you mean what services were rendered? Do explain, because I'm like ADHD, so I start flying 1,000 miles per hour and I forget some things I said. But anyways, so yeah, you know, Aloha being, you know, inclusive, being loving, being caring, just bringing everyone in. That's basically, you know, that's the first aspect of it. Android, not Andy the bug droid, not Android the operating system. Android as like a robotic, you know, robotic entity, robotic, you know, that's like part human and well, no, that would be a cyborg, but just like it kind of in that sense, like an android that's, you know, very smart, very well informed, is the identity of that. So that's where Aloha Android comes from. It has nothing to do with the Android operating system, Google, has nothing to do with that. It's just it's really cool because while I can say the channel name Aloha Android, I can also make reference to Andy the Android guy. So that's always great. So I mean that's where the name came from. That's how it came to be. Let's see. Go on here. Really never knew. Oh, yeah, dude, don't worry. My daily side, don't worry, bro. Because I mean, you know, Gene's on the come up. You know, so his channel's growing. You can sub to him. He does live streams and stuff like that. Like a Terminator. Yeah, but I'm not running around, you know, being like, have you seen Sarah Connor? That's the worst Arnold impression I have. My wife laughs because I always mess with her. Like I'll run into the room, she'll be sitting on the bed, kind of, you know, relaxing on her day off, you know, just kind of getting some work emails done and stuff like that. And I'll run into a room and I'll be like, hey, come on, we got to get down to here. Take my hand, grab my hand. We have to make it to the chopper. And she'll just start laughing, and it's like, yeah, I know I have the worst Arnold impression ever, but I love to make her laugh. So that's one of the keys to a good relationship is laughter. If you can make the other person laugh, you still got a chance. My daily side, I don't know how to put a link to my channel. Oh, I'll grab it, Gene. Hold on. I'll grab it and link it there. Let's see if I have any info on you.
Dad,
What?
I was watching a review.
I'm not reviewing anything. I'm on a podcast.
Oh yeah, Mom's watching it.
You have to stick your head in here so everybody can see you.
No, Dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
Dad, when it's like 11.
You want everybody to see you.
Dad, when it's 11.
Come here.
Dad, when it's 11, can I do a video?
It's 11? No, you guys did not do what I asked you to do.
When can I do a video?
When you start following the rules that I say, going to bed on time, keeping the house clean, cleaning up after your mess. You haven't done that. I'm not going to break my rules. She's mad at me now. She's going to be so mad at me. My Thunder Thuds is mad. Thank you, Tito. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to grab Jean's YouTube channel link, post it in there while I wait for Ray to come in. The missus is up. I was doing this podcast while she slept. So to my lovely wife, good morning, and I love you. All right, let's see. If we find it here. I have it under that, so hopefully I'll find it. There it is. Wait a minute. Just to double check, Gene, did you change your channel name or did you make a new channel? Morning, babes. I want to double check because I have your channel here, but it's still under the old name. It doesn't show your new name, and I don't. Okay, never mind. It does. It does. From searching it on YouTube, it shows your old name still. So let me copy that. StreamYard post for all to subscribe to Gene G Tech. Voltron Unite. I love that on Sneed's channel when he gets the mods. He's like hashtag form Voltron. That's just so cool. Hey Tito, have you heard of the app Trovo? It's a copycat of Twitch. No, I haven't heard of it until now. So now I have. I'll look into that. Yeah, it's a copycat of Twitch. So it's a game streaming platform then. Because I am on Twitch too as well. I'm actually simulcasting to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. By the way, if you guys missed yesterday's gameplay, go check it out. I got a little bit further in the game, Little Monsters, and I call him Uncle Mordecai with the creepy long hands. But now I'm in the part of the game where I'm trying to flee away from him. So he like ends up being in like various different rooms. So if you missed that gameplay, check it out. Yeah, I do get a little scared towards the middle of it. If you guys want to get to the good stuff and just skip all the boring stuff, timestamp 29.12 seconds. Get to that point and watch it from there. Let's see. My daily side. Did you get the link? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got it. It's in the chat. I posted it in the chat, Gene. So you can get people to follow you, get people to subscribe to you. You do your podcast too as well. A lot of people are shifting over to podcast. I noticed that. Sneed's doing them. Sneed's got a balance between them. He does his live podcast. He does upload videos, and then I switched over to doing more live streams than I do videos. But it's just because this is the way I want my channel to go. It's effective. It works. It's nice, and I get in, I get out. So those are a couple of things that have been working for me. My daughter has left my office door opened, didn't close it all the way because she was mad at me because I wouldn't let her do any gaming. She really wants to get content on her channel up for people, but the thing is that I have rules. You gotta follow my rules. If you don't follow my rules, I'm not gonna break them just so you can have fun, because then you'll always expect me to break my rules. Let's see. You got now 62 subs. Yeah, Gene, moving up. Getting there. Cool. That's really awesome of you, my daily side. You know what? I don't really like calling you my daily side. So if you wanna, because I don't know if you told me before, but if you wanna share with me your first name again, I would really appreciate that. Yes. Okay. Close my office door, please. Close it all the way. But yeah, if you'd like to give us like your first name, middle name, nickname you go by, that'd be great. Because like my daily side, that's cool. But like, I just feel weird always calling you that. If you don't mind sharing it, if you do, that's fine. You don't have to give us your first name or whatever. But I would say like that would just be kind of cool because it's like it's on a level. Like me as Tito. You don't call me Aloha Android. You guys call me Tito. So we'd love to know your first names. Do I believe in hitting my kids? Um, so that depends, okay? I do believe in corporal punishment, but it has to be for like a very good reason. You don't hit your kids because they talk back to you. You don't hit your kids because they didn't do their homework. You don't spank them for those types of things. And I say spank. Let me just change my tone, not my tone, but my verbiage here because people will take things out of context. You don't spank for the very small things. But corporal punishment, yeah, I do believe in it because when you look at today's generation of kids and how they run amok and everything like that, that is all because they took away parents' abilities to do corporal punishment. And now look at kids. Kids feel like that they can beat their own kids. And there are kids today who hit their own parents because they know their parents can't hit them, or they can call the, CPS, call the law and get their parents arrested. Kids came in and woke me up. Oh my gosh. Okay. They were supposed to leave you alone. So yeah. So there are levels to this. Now, if the laws was like, you know what, we're gonna give parents back the ability to do corporal punishment, then yeah, it's gonna happen. But because kids today are quick to call CPS when a parent wants to bust their tail because they do something wrong. But then on the other side of the thing, the kids go and they if their mom doesn't do what they want, they go and they slap their mom. Like, I hate that. I really do. It's like you took away a parent's abilities to, instill punishment, because you know what? Punishment is part of development. It is, to an extent. Okay, and I'm not saying you got to go and like abuse your kids and beat them and all this other stuff. No, that everyone should be against that. No kid should suffer any type of abuse in that way, and I hate that. But I do feel like that certain things warrant that. Certain things warrant corporal punishment along with explanation. Like, you don't just spank your kids and then leave it at that. You have to explain why they got spanked so they understand. So that's my stand on corporal punishment. But like, the way this question comes out, this could mean so many things when you say, do you believe in hitting your kids? Because that could be like, do you believe it's okay to abuse your kids? There's so many things. You got to be a little bit more specific when asking questions like that, because that's a little bit more vague. So I think the question would be, do I believe in corporal punishment? Yes, I do. Do I believe in hitting your kids for no reason? No. Okay. If your kids call social services because you hit them, and then you failed as a parent because your kid ratted you out. No, you don't fail as a parent. You fail as a parent when you give up on your kids. Okay. Here, let me put in this context like this. Okay, because I was a bad kid growing up. All right. When I was growing up, my dad did hand out spankings. Okay, I got a healthy dose of it. And it wasn't for little mediocre things. Okay, if I didn't do my homework, I got scolded. I got grounded. I got, said to stay in my room, not allowed to come out, those things like that. Now, when I tried to get a hold of my dad's whip, because my dad had like a genuine whip that he would practice it. Like, there was a big giant coconut tree, and he would go and like practice whipping. The whip was not used on me and my sister for anyone who's going to make a stupid joke out of that. But he just liked to do it. I don't know where he got the whip from. I do want to say that it was genuinely made in Australia. But anyways, if I was to touch something like that, or like if I was to, break into his room and steal like money he had stashed in his dresser drawers, or if I got in the car and put that car in, as a matter of fact, I did get spanked for that. So these guys came over to my dad's house. They wanted to dig in the backyard. This is when we were in the Philippines. They wanted to dig in the backyard because they had some sort of map that said that there was like hidden treasure under where the houses were built. And I climbed into the truck of one of the guys that was there, and I had threw his vehicle into neutral, and it rolled forward and hit another vehicle. For that, I got spanked. So, yeah. Please be careful, Tito. Other people can easily take your contacts out of hand. No, yes, I understand. They can take it out of hand, which is why that I'm trying to explain it as well as possible. If your kids rat you out, that means you failed to make them understand why. For spanking, see, the word hit is different. Spank is one thing. Spank is like, the hand, the butt. Hitting is like hitting in the head. You don't ever hit your kids in the head. You don't ever do that. At a very young age, never hit a child in the head. because you can cause damage to an underdeveloped prefrontal cortex, which then, their ability to understand things as they're getting older becomes, and this is why, like they say, like, that there's kids serial killers and stuff like that. Um, Kids need discipline. They'll appreciate it later in life. They do. The ones that don't are the ones that end up doing something that cost them their freedom or their life. I'm not kidding. I mean, people think that's a cliche thing to say, but those children who grow up with no love from their parents, no attention from their parents, and no discipline from their parents, because those are the three key things into it. You got to show your kids love, okay? Love and support. You got to show them attention for them to understand you do love them. And when they do something majorly wrong, like put a vehicle in neutral that doesn't belong to you and cause an accident, they gotta have some form of discipline. Discipline's not always spanking. Discipline is, being grounded, taking away privileges, timeouts, sitting in the chair. You can't get off the chair until I tell you to. You're grounded. To sit in the chair facing the corner, like whatever parents do today. I don't know. My thing with my kids as far as punishment is I cut off the Wi-Fi. So like there's absolutely no Wi-Fi for like the TV, computers, or anything like that. Sent to the room to sit, reflect. Very rarely does it ever go to a point, because my kids really don't test me to that extent. They don't, like, if I tell them don't play with the knife because it's going to cut you, they won't grab a knife and run around the house thinking it's fun to play with. So yeah, you asked me if I believe in corporal punishment. Again, I will stand my ground and say yes, I do. Do I do corporal punishment often? No, because my kids don't give me a reason to, and thankfully, they don't, because my kids are good kids, and that's the thing I love about my kids. Like, I can explain to them things. Like, I'll tell them, like, hey, don't open up the blinds to your room at night, because right behind your bedroom is one of the main streets. There's people walking up and down that street. I don't want them to see that room is a kid's room. So I had them keep the blinds closed. When I tell them don't touch the bleach, like, because their older brother does chores, and I'm like, if he leaves the bleach around, don't play with the bleach because it's poison. It'll hurt you. They've never played with the bleach. They never poured it on themselves or anything like that. If I tell them, don't throw anything at the TV because you're going to break the TV, they listen. So that's a big blessing with my kids, is that they listen. And it never gets to like an extreme point. Like, have they done something extreme? Yeah, they have. But they're mostly good at just taking what I say at face value and just listening to what I say when it comes to dangerous things. Other stuff, like them not, doing their chores when they're supposed to be. Like, if I tell them go clean your room, they'll go to their room, they'll start cleaning. About 10 minutes later, they're running around, throwing everything all over the place and playing. That's what they normally do. So spanking is still hitting. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. While they are the same, people do take them out of context, right? So like you and I will say, by definition, spanking is hitting. Same thing. By somebody else who's looking for a reason to just bash somebody, they'll take the word hitting as in like striking with the fist, or kicking them with your foot, or punching them in the stomach, or elbowing them in the head. And then the spanking is that's how they take it. That's why I separate the two, even though by natural definition they would be the same. Some parents call it timeout. Yeah, timeout. Communication is key to raising kids. They understand that. Yeah, that is the major thing. Like, you cannot dish out corporal punishment without explanation. If you're doing that, then that's a stupid tactic. You got to explain why. Cause and effect. You got to explain why. Kids are very absorbent. A lot of people, they look at kids like today, like, there's some young parents in my neighborhood that I see all the time. And they'll go outside, they'll walk around with their kids, put them in a stroller, and then they'll go and they'll get their wrap from the store. They'll come back, walking back to the house from the store down the street. They'll get out a twin bag, they'll roll themselves a blunt, and they'll start smoking in front of their kid. And then when people, call them out on that, they're like, my kid's too young to understand what this is. Shut up, mind your business. But it's like, your 4-year-old will figure out what that is. Obviously, your 4-year-old sees you use a lighter to light that. Your 4-year-old may not get your stash and get your, your papers, but they'll probably grab toilet paper, roll it up, and light it up. So I mean, that's something that I think people really got to kind of pay attention to. And we got the man himself. What up?
What's up? What's up, man?
This conversation took like a complete weird turn. We're talking about corporal punishment, kids, and
Yeah,
all
I
that stuff.
looked. I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on here?
No, it's because Riverdale Tales. I guess after my daughter stepped in here to ask me a question, he asked me, "Do I believe in hitting my kids?" And I have to explain. While they mean the same thing, technically, you have to
Yeah,
use different verbiage because hitting people assume striking
exactly.
versus spanking.
That's why we had to learn that. Me and my wife when we were basically going through the motions with putting him in school.
Yeah,
We had to learn that you can't say, oh, when he gets in trouble, we're going to hit him. When he gets in trouble, we're gonna spank him. So yeah, I
yeah,
completely understand what you're talking about. Give me 1 second. Let me go get my vape because my vape is
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
not because I've been working. I tried to get this one working again because this one was actually it was acting kind of weird. Like I don't know if the batteries that was in here, I don't know if they were decharging or whatever.
Yeah,
But it's you know what? Let me just stick with this one. Let me just see if it works now because the whole decharge batteries thing, man, that's a pain. That's a pain. I tell you, I can't. Ooh, man.
oh yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. But yeah, it was like a weird question to ask. So I just really wanted to kind of get into it and break it down for people to understand. Because when you just answer it like, "Yeah, I believe in corporal punishment," and people assume you beat your kids. Like, no, it's not like that.
No,
And
no.
even today, like, the law stop that. Like some states will allow it, some states don't allow it at all. So you have to know your laws in your state. But me, like I said, I've been blessed enough that when I explain to my kids, don't touch this. This is dangerous. Don't drink this. This is poisonous. Don't take anything from my room that don't belong to you. They listen. So I've never had to go that route.
That's good.
So that's the best part about it. But I mean, when I look at other kids today in my neighborhood, I look at them. I'm like, man, their parents need to hand out a healthy dose of some some spankings because these kids today, man, they hit their own parents.
Yeah, I was hearing you say that, and I was like, I can't believe that. Like, that's
Bro,
crazy.
I think you know where I live at, right? So like the apartments across from my apartment complex, the one that's all ghetto run down. There was a kid that he was arguing with his mom for whatever. He's probably like 14 years old, and he straight up slapped his mom in the face in front of everybody when I was walking my kids to school one morning. And I'm looking
That's
at him like,
ridiculous.
you are so lucky there's laws here. Cause
That's
you need
ridiculous.
yeah, you don't ever hit your mom. Never, ever raise your hand to your mom. I mean, you can test your dad, but then that might not come out so well. But never ever put your hands on your mom. You know what I mean? And yeah, I got heated, but someone had already called the cops on him, and cops came. They took
That's
him.
crazy. That's crazy because when I was in high school, I remember hearing a story about this guy, and I haven't heard nothing about him in a while. But him and his mom had actually gotten into a fight in high school. So I'm like, are you serious? Like, it was just too much, man. It was
Paul,
too
do
much.
you follow me on Twitter? Just double checking because I'll DM you the invite link if you want to come on and talk. Definitely bring you on here. Big John's in here too. Oh snap!
Hey, what's up, Big John? But well,
Yeah,
I was gonna segue away from that because you don't want to stay on that too long.
yeah. No, you
But
don't.
I was gonna tell you that the biggest thing for me right now is keeping this in my hand as much as I can because it's like one day I'll have this all day and then I'll
Yeah,
have the Galaxy Note 10 Plus all day, and it's like it's getting close. It's almost like Christmas. Like how Christmas is, you get ready for the holiday season and
yeah,
you get all the decorations. I'm getting ready for Pixel season because September, what is it? Today's the 6th. So we don't know exactly when they're going to announce the 11th. So I'm trying to get more familiarized with this phone. I'm trying to keep this phone in my hand at all times
yeah.
and I'm trying to use it, but my overall experience with the 4 it's been good. I mean, I haven't had any issues. When I put the beta came with this phone, like the guy that I got this phone from, he already had the beta already installed. So I kind of was familiar with it already, but so far I can say that I've had one hiccup, and I think that was beta. I think it was like beta 3, where it was like the screen flickering. And it
Yeah.
was like, if you put it on 90 hertz, the screen will just be flickering. And I was like, no, I can't deal with that. So I kind of turned off 90 hertz, and then they came out with an update to fix that. So I put it back on, and it's been no problem. It's been there's a couple of other. You said what?
I'm running beta on mine too as well.
Yeah. So it's like, me personally, I enjoy it. Like that's why I told myself about 3 months ago, maybe not even 3 months ago, maybe like almost 2 months ago, that the only 3 phones that I want to use now, and this has nothing to do with just affording phones. It's just Samsung, Pixel, and iPhone, because those are the major phone companies in the United States. I mean, I know Huawei is the biggest one globally or Europe, but I'd rather use the Pixel and iPhone and the Galaxy phone. You know,
what do you think about the LG Wing?
I haven't really looked up on the Wing. I'm really trying to take a break from a lot of tech. I'm trying to put myself on like a schedule.
Yeah.
So it's like Saturdays and Sundays, I think those are going to be my days where I kind of, give me 1 second. My daughter's upset. Give me one.
Go ahead, man. No worries.
But yeah, I think Saturdays and Sundays is probably going to be the days where I kind of, oh, no wonder you're upset. Here, Mama. Saturdays and Sundays is probably going to be the days where I kind of get deep into tech.
Yeah.
Like I take my whole entire day out. But see, I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, usually a lot of good news don't come until the weekday. So I might miss something out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But it's like, I got remedies for that, where I can just put out like a short video or whatever and talk about. Hold on.
Yeah, no, go ahead, man. Yeah, but that's actually a good strategy. I mean, like putting out small videos just to kind of like, get the topic going. But you can also use that to kind of like, work people into like, what your full live stream event on the weekend. So you make a short clip video talking about, like, so let's take the LG Wing, for example. I'll make a short video about that. And I'll be like, we're going to talk more about it on the podcast Saturday, and then people are going to like get the full effect. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey,
yeah, I'm trying my best, because it's like, the other day I made my mind up. What's going on? What's wrong? The other day I made my mind up. It's like, the movie stuff is really like more important. I'm not gonna say it's more important, but it's in my head more now, because that's all I can think about now. And it's like, that's why I said earlier that I'm only worried about 3 companies, because it's like, when you do like certain people on here who do Android reviews, or not even Android reviews, when people do tech reviews, they usually talk about every single device that's coming out or everything. I can't do that. That means that I will have to devote my entire week, including my weekend, to tech. So it's like Samsung, Apple, and Android stock, which is Pixel, of course. I'd rather talk about those. That's why I told myself, it's just going to probably be a weekend thing. It may be a few days in between that time during the weekday where I may talk about Android, but I want to focus more on tech on the weekends, like right now, like Sunday and Saturday. So that's pretty much it. That's it for me.
Yeah. Let me see if Paul Boy hit me on Twitter. He wanted to join in. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he wants to talk tech. We'll see. But yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. Like tech is a thing. Like, I get it. But at the same time too, I'm just kind of like, I'm reserved on it, on a lot of things I want to talk about. I mean, that's the reason why the channel goes the way it goes. I mean, I talk tech in the beginning because I know most of the people that follow me want that information. But then after that, it's like, it's free for all. Yes, son.
Yeah. Hey, no.
Yes, he's probably in the room.
No.
He's probably in Mom's room.
What's wrong? Hmm?
My 5-year-old, he's like, well, no, Aubrey doesn't know where Destiny is. He's looking for his older sister. I'm like, she didn't leave the house. I know she didn't leave the house. Anytime my door opens, there's like a chiming bell that tells me. So if you open a window or door to the outside, it alerts me that someone's coming in.
Exactly. I need to get that for mine.
Yeah. But Yeah, like I want to like talk different things. Like I know you're heavy into the movie thing, which is great because love talk some movie stuff too.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that one is burning. Give me 1 second.
Oh, dry hit.
Ooh, ooh, that was bad.
That's a definite dry hit. But
Man,
yeah, with my Pixel 4, I mean the experience. A lot of people told me, like you got the Pixel 4, you got the one with the smaller battery, you're gonna have like a very bad experience. Now I'm gonna tell people no, that's furthest from it. Like even though it doesn't have like a big battery like the XL model, I'm getting decent time. Like I took this phone off the charger about 3 hours ago, about 8 o'clock, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos from that point, and then I went on Twitch, and right now it's down to 91%.
that's not bad at all. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
11's really good.
this
Feels
whole
good.
battery debacle, I'm really getting tired of it.
Yeah.
And I got reasons why. One of my main reasons is that people everyday usage will vary between that individual person. So it's like you have a person like me who I have and I'm gonna say this, and I don't know how people gonna feel about this, but I have the luxury of having three phones, even though they're not the newest phones. I have three devices, so it's like I'll switch back and forth between the Pixel 4 XL and the Galaxy Note 10 because I got all my movie content, like pretty much I have all my movie stuff on my Note. So it's like I'll watch my movie YouTube channel on there. I watch like all the people I follow on there, and
Yeah.
then I'll switch back to the Pixel 4 XL, and then I'll watch all my Android and technology just based content, and that's pretty much it. Now, as far as my iPhone goes, that one is a little bit different because my iPhone, I use that for just music. I'll watch I'll use it for music when I'm in the car, or I'll use it for like different, like I'll use it for like, say if I want to watch like a funny video or somebody that's doing like comedy, or even now, like recently I've been going back to this other side of YouTube where they talk about like a lot of stuff, like like crime and documentaries and like the dark web and like Reddit stories and like
Ooh.
mysteries and all that other stuff. Like I'll watch that on my iPhone. So it's like I've sprawled out all my devices for pretty much everything that I'm into. So like I don't keep like I try not to keep I try to keep like on this phone right now, I believe. Let me see. Let me check and see. I only have one, two, three Gmails on this phone. Now, if I were to
Mm.
go pick up my Note 10 Plus, I think I have probably the same amount, but not the same that's on the 4. And then on my iPhone, you really the only of course they only store iCloud and everything else, so like your iCloud email or whatever. But that's pretty much it. Like I try to sprawl out as much as I can
Yeah.
because I want to keep it that way because I don't want to be too saturated, and then it gets to the point to where you begin to lose your place. Like you don't know what to watch, and then you kind of get frustrated. And you're like, well, what am I going to watch? Am I going to watch tech, or am I going to watch movies, or am I going to watch anime, or am I? It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It a lot of things has changed a lot, and people gotta understand that, like, cause I know that there's a thing going on. Yes, my love.
Um, I the mobs is
Ow,
all finished. I'm gonna clean up and sweep up stuff.
Okay,
ow.
you're really trying to get on your YouTube channel today. Okay, she wants to game on her YouTube channel. But anyways, yeah, like so, like a lot of people are noticing that content creators are going different routes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it was interesting because I don't know if like everyone caught TK's live stream when TK's Garage hit 25,000 subscribers. He said it himself. You know what I mean? Like for those content creators who do this for a living, they've got to try different things because it's based on the CPM of the subject that you're talking about. These days tech has a very very low CPM payout from the ad revenue versus like what TK said. If you talk about cars, the CPM is like $35. And
Mhm.
for those who don't understand, the CPM is what the advertiser will pay out per thousand views. So if you get 1,000 views on a car and the CPM is $35.05, you just made $35. So for every 1,000, that's another $35. The RPM is what you made based on the views on your video. So if you only made 500 views on that video and the CPM is 35, you're going to get half of that 35. So that's how it works. So a lot of people that are like really heavy into using YouTube as their revenue source to make money on a daily, you're gonna see them flip into various different topics only because they're trying to grab some of that ad revenue, which is understandable. Me personally, I just like to switch things up because it's fun to talk about other things and just tech all the time.
That's true. That's
I
true.
can.
And go ahead. I'm sorry. I was gonna
Oh,
say
no, go
something.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say me. I want to have all my markets filled with me. So it's like if like you just said, if you make 1,000 views on a video and you get paid out, imagine if you can make 1,000 views on all three of the videos that you have as far
Yeah.
as what you're into. That's double, that's triple the income. So I thought about that a long time ago, and I'm like, because I got a lot of people suggesting that I should put all my content on my tech channel, and it's like it doesn't work that way because that'll confuse the
Yeah.
algorithm, and then that'll confuse my people that are following me. So if it's like if I make a promise, not even a promise, if I make like a general topic discussion on one video and I say, this is based on this content, and I don't have to say it out loud. I mean, we already know what the video is about. Then
Yeah.
that's it. But then if I have another channel, and then if I have another channel, so it's like, I mean, some people in the comments, or some people who are watching this, or people heard me say this before, and they might think, well, that's a lot of work. And it's like, it's not really a lot of work. You just got to base what you're going to do into a schedule. Because if you sit there and you don't have a planned schedule out, then you're going to lose yourself. Like I
Yeah.
said before, you're not going to be able to figure out why. You're not going to be able to just hone in on one particular subject. And then like I said before, you have to pick a day, because it's like you could do 3 days with tech, and you could do 3 days. Like I said, I could do 3 days with tech and 3 days with movies, and that's easy. And then the last 2 days, or I want to say Saturday and Sunday, that could be whatever. So
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing that I want people to pick up on, because, like, again, so you have dedicated channels because you want. Jeez, elephant foot man. Person just walking up, you can hear him.
I heard a little bit of it.
But, like, when you want your channel to circulate amongst YouTube, you gotta play the algorithm game, and that's one of the main
Mhm.
tactics right there, is keeping one channel specific to one topic, so it makes the algorithm easier to say to figure out who your content is for, to push your content to those people in the suggested. Like, my channel would never really be circulated by the algorithm, because the algorithm doesn't know what the hell I'm doing, because it's like, hey, you're talking about the Pixel, and then you're talking about Samsung, and then what the hell, you're talking about the Batman movie in this. So what do I do with this? And that's how it is. Like, for me, I'm not gaming the algorithm anymore. I feel like that, even though 11,000 subscribers is not much, I'm still a small content creator, but I think at this time right now, I would rather just be spread by word of mouth from a lot of people than have the algorithm push. But that's me. Every content creator is different. You have a set plan, and you have a plan that's going to work for you. The movie channel is definitely one that I'm very interested in, and then you have your tech side of things. So it's like, when people go to your movie channel, they know exactly what they're getting: movie reviews. I think that's an awesome way to go about it.
And I actually got an idea on how I was going to do it. Like at first I was going to make a video where I basically just talk about the Blu-ray. I talk about the sound. I talk about the color, the picture quality. But then I thought about it. I'm like, there's a lot of people that I watch that does that. So I can still mix that in there. But I was gonna have it to where as soon as I take oh boy, as soon as I unbox it, well, not even unwrap it, but as soon as I take it or show the video, I want it to where I have my own perspective of the movie. So I was trying to think, how can I do that without losing people's attention? Because like you said earlier, we live in a world nowadays where everybody's attention span is not as fluid and focused. You got to grasp people's attention. So it's like you got to get them as soon as they watch the video. You know what I'm saying? So I want to have
Yeah.
it to where my content is interesting and not boring. Give me one second.
Yeah.
Let me.
No worries. Okay.
She's fighting
Yeah.
me. So give me one second.
Dad duties, bro. Dad duties, man.
Because she don't want to be confined to one area. She want to move around. But yeah, I mean, having that is something important to me because, like I said, you don't want to lose people's attention. And it's
Yeah.
like nowadays, people. I'm not even gonna complain no more because I used to sit there and complain. I'd be like, well, what if somebody doesn't like the way I say this? What if somebody doesn't like the way I present the movie? What if somebody doesn't like the color of my table? Or what if somebody thinks that my voice is too, whatever. I'm not even gonna worry about that no more because, like I said a long time ago, it's not about how you look or how you sound; it's how you present the video. Because your video could be as basic as all basic, but people will still watch you. Because nowadays, you can spend as much money as you want on a camera or whatever, and it's like you can make a 3 or 4 minute video and nobody will watch it. So it's like
Right.
I'm not even worried about that no more. I'm more focused on making my video the way I wanted it to be, and people watching it. And if people enjoy it, then that's I've done my job. I'm good to go.
Yeah. That's the way to go about it. Like, I mean, yeah, people's attention spans nowadays is a lot shorter because of TikTok and all that other stuff. They
Mhm.
watch stuff like that. But to me, when it comes to movies, it has to have some time in it because there's so much aspects of movies. Like you got story plots, then you got how the actors portrayed the character. Did they do a good job? There was a point in the movie that was the climax where the character played by the actor where they were able to like really emphasize what was going on. There are so much aspects of the movie. Like movie reviews are not easy. Anyone who thinks a movie review is easy, it's not. And I'm not talking about what's his name, Andre the Black Nerd. You know how he does some of his movie reviews. It's very quick stuff about it. Like when you go in depth about a movie, you're going in depth. That takes time. You can end up with a 20-minute video just to
That's true.
really check it all.
That's
So
true.
yeah, I know where you're coming from on how you want to do your movie reviews and stuff. And I say go for it, man. Like, yeah, you got it.
Another thing I was thinking about doing is I was gonna take a particular scene and I was gonna like dub my audio because I've been learning a lot about copyright.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've learned is when you have a content, when you have a channel that is basically based on movie content, you have to really be careful what you do. So it's like, say for instance, if I'm gonna take a particular scene from a movie, and
Yeah.
sometimes scenes are not that long, so you gotta like stretch it out. And my maximum, like I said, my maximum right now is 5 minutes. I want to see if I can make a short, quick scene, and then it's me talking about the scene. And I want to
Yeah.
be able to talk about the scene and do it within a 5 minute period. So I've been experimenting with a lot of different things. Like my biggest thing is action movies.
Yeah.
And I'm not just gonna do action. I'm gonna do action, horror, sci-fi, comedy. But I wanna have like different segments. So when you go on my channel, I got one particular segment or one particular playlist of my videos that you can watch. That's just me doing this, like kind of like a director's audio, like an audio commentary. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it in a special way. So that's one of the things I've been working on because you can review a Blu-ray or a 4K or even a DVD. But it's like when you got like different parts of it diced up or whatever, or you got like two parts where one of it is the review on the audio and everything, and then the second part is you talking about the overall movie. That's good too.
Dude, like I miss having babies to an extent, but then I don't.
No, because it's like when I'm trying to talk, she just keep woo, woo, and then
No, but
somebody
yeah, it's natural. That's dad's instinct. You got to check on them. You know what I mean? She's adorable. So
all
it's
she
all
doing,
good.
she's sitting in her little what is it called? Her little walker. She just that's all
Yeah,
she's doing right now.
bro, those walker things are funny. I remember I put
Man,
my son when he was I want to say about a year and 2 months old, and put him in his walker, and it was like bumper cars with him. His main goal was to hit you in the back of your ankle,
she
no matter
hasn't
where you
really
went.
walked. She hasn't really started walking yet, but my other son, my middle son, he was, oh man, he would run over your toes. I mean, he would run in the kitchen. Like, say if you're making something, he'll run in the kitchen and just like you say, get you in the back of your ankles. And you'd be like, come on, son.
Yeah, those are great times. I can't have any more because the wife she got her tubes tied. So
You got 5 kids, right?
yeah, I have five.
So you
Three
good.
with her. Um, her oldest son, he looks at me as dad because I've been in his life since he was 4 years old,
Yeah.
and yeah, so
Well, I mean,
yeah,
I
my
mean,
oldest son
you
from my
good.
first marriage. So yeah, five total. Like,
Like I said, I got 3, and I want to keep it that way.
you sure? Because you get 2 more, you can catch up. Football team, man. We can make our own NFL
Financial
conference.
reasons, and that's sad to say, and that's how the
It
world is
is.
now. It's financial reasons. I do not want to have more kids. I
Yeah,
really
it is. A lot of people think it's easy, like I know people that are parents, and like when I talk with them, like my friends that have kids, and then like somebody tries to tell them how to parent and all this other stuff, they get aggravated, and I'm like, people can easily suggest how to parent when they don't have a kid. You got to have a kid to understand the dynamics of it, to really see what happens, and it's not easy. It's not easy at
no,
all. I mean, kids
no,
cost a
it's not.
grip. And you know what? I mean, they're full of joy. Don't get me wrong. I love all my kids, and I have fun. I get to do all kinds of cool things. But it's not as easy. It's not cakewalk like people say. Like, oh yeah, invest in your kids, man. Yeah, you come say that with a straight face, when you're spending your grip, because you gotta do besides the regular bills. Like, if you rent a place, you gotta make sure you pay rent on time so they have a home. Gotta put electric on so they can use what they need to use. Gotta have food in the house, definitely. And you know what? You can't just put clothes on their backs. I mean, they got to have other things that they interact with: toys, puzzles, books, things like that. People say like those aren't a necessity. Those are. They develop skills as they're growing. They got to have it.
Yeah, man. And another. I don't know if that's towards me or towards you.
I don't know. My daily side, be a little more descriptive. Is that towards me or towards Ray? I don't want kids. Too much responsibility.
It's really not. I mean, I know that sounds horrible to say, but it's really not.
That's
I mean,
the curse, though, right
maybe
there.
maybe it's because of my mindset. Because it's like the biggest thing for me is to make sure they okay. That's the biggest thing. Clothes, food, education. Oh, he said both. Well, if you want to do that first, Tito, you can.
I wing it. I have
Me
no
too.
script.
Me too. But see,
Yeah.
now that's another thing, Tito. Now that I'm doing movie reviews, you can't wing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Like
you can't wing that.
you gotta be honest. You have to be, you can't be deceitful and say, "Oh man, this is a wonderful movie. Everybody should watch this." And then they watch it, and then like 99% of the general audience that watched your video, they're gonna be like, "Man, why did you lie to me about this movie?" Like I would never tell people, "Oh my God, I love X-Men 3: The Last Stand. This is one of the best X-Men movies of all time." And then they watch and they be like, "Dude, like, was you drunk that day?" Like, no. I want to be honest. And that's one of the things. And then that's another thing I've been paying more attention to is that people love people with general honesty in the movie community, in the movie review community,
Yeah.
because like recently, and I don't know if you know about this. Yesterday, I watched. It's this guy I watch. His name is Films at Home, and he basically see. This is why I'm mad because she's out here and you can't hear me. But he talked about the Pitch Black 4K release,
Yeah.
and basically the new Pitch Black movie. Not the new Pitch Black movie. See, she's throwing me off. The Pitch Black 4K release that just came out from Arrow. A lot of people was upset because it didn't come with the slipcover. Hold on. See, I can't do this. Hold on.
No worries, man. No worries. It's totally cool. I'm gonna answer this from Riverdale Tales. Kids cost too much, and I don't like it. So But you just cursed yourself, Riverdale's, because I'll tell you this much right now. Like when I was younger, I knew that I wasn't gonna be ready to have kids, so I'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna have kids. I ended up having a kid. That's why I say it's like a curse when you say that. So knock on wood, because you say that you're not ready for kids, you don't want kids at this point in your lifetime. I mean, if you got a special someone in your life, you better cover all angles because you're gonna end up getting that. Hey, we need to talk.
Yep, that's what happened to me 3 times.
Oh man, but no, I know what you mean about the movie review. Jack. You definitely cannot wing that because when there's so much, you gotta be precise on when you're giving your honest opinion. And a lot of people love honesty. They don't like people who try to sell them on a movie because out of sponsorship or just because of whatever. You know what I mean? Like people love the honesty in that. So if you really talk about a movie and all its good points, but also on all its shortcomings, nah. He says, "No, I'm getting surgery to prevent having kids." Bro, I know a guy that had a vasectomy. He said that hurt 2 weeks before he recovered from it. So I don't know if it's worth that. But in all seriousness, Riverdale's like kids are a blessing. Like I tell people this all the time. My kids saved my life. From me being a reckless idiot and doing stupid things to maturing and understanding that I have life to be responsible for. And I would give it all up for my kids. Like if all of my kids walked in this office right now and said, "Dad, stop doing YouTube," it would definitely happen. That's how much I love my kids. Of course, my kids think having a dad as a YouTuber is cool. And then, of course, my oldest daughter, as you saw, she's trying to do good because she wants to get on her channel to do some. I think she's going to play Roblox, but she wants to game. So she's going to use my StreamYard account to, live stream game on her channel later on. Yeah, they are good to have. Maybe you're not ready for kids right now, and that's totally cool. Nothing wrong with that. But eventually one day having them is actually a blessing. Family is always first, but yeah, definitely, you're right. I agree, MDS. Yeah, family is always first. It always is. Having kids is not really a bad thing. Right now, you hear what I say, like kids ain't it's not cheap to have kids. And when I say that, it's because like some people think like I can just have kids and collect some sort of benefit and don't have to spend money on my children. That's the wrong attitude to have. Like
Yep.
You're gonna spend stuff on your children.
Some people think that having kids is a form of investment because I know a lot of people they think that I'm gonna have kids and then I'm gonna get taxes, and I've literally heard people say that in conversations, and I'm like, that's not what my kids are for. My kids is because I wanted to have kids and I wanted to see my kids have a better life than I did when I was their age. I mean, not right now because my kids are small, but I know what you mean. It's some people have them for the good reasons and some people have them for the bad reasons.
Yeah, and like I told my daughters that they're gonna grow up and be successful. Come hell or high water, they're not gonna struggle the way that I did. I will not allow it. They will be successful. But I also told them that I want grandkids. And my oldest daughter's dreading it because when one day she decided to ask me, she was like, "Why do you want me to have children? What if I don't want to?" I'm like, you're gonna bring me grandkids so I can spoil the hell out of them. I'm gonna give them back to you. I'm gonna sugar them up with ice cream, jelly beans, cotton candy, the works. I'm gonna take them to McDonald's. I'm gonna get them a Happy Meal with the ice cream cone and an apple pie. And when their eyes are dilated and they're all sugared up, all right, Pop's got to go home. You're going back to mommy.
Time to go back home.
She looked at me. She's like, "I won't let you take my kids anywhere." I was like, "I don't care if you're 35 years old. I'm still dad to you. My rules." Oh, it's just funny.
It's kids, man. I'm telling
I make fun of her now because she's in that phase where she looks at boys and boys are cute, but she don't want to admit it. And so I'm like, "You got a boyfriend?" She's like, "No, I don't." So I made up a name. I'm like, "Yeah, you do. I saw your boyfriend. His name is Austin Jacoby. You call him AJ." She's like, "No." Like, "I don't like that. Don't talk to me, Dad." And she's like, "Yeah, AJ's at the door."
Oh my god,
I love messing with my daughter. She is so funny too. I grew up
man!
in a house full of siblings, had my share with little kids. You're gonna want them one day.
You're gonna want them one day. It's. I never, but see, I think I'm weird because even when I was a kid, I wanted kids. Like when I was like 6 and 7, I wanted kids. And my mom used to be like, "What you gonna do if you have?" And my mom, I remember, my mom said, "What are you going to do if you have 3 kids?" And like I thought about that the other day. I'm like, I remember my mom saying that to me when I was a kid. She literally said that, man. Now that I'm, 32 years old, and I'm like, man, like this is not easy. This is not. It's a cross between not being easy and not being hard. Because at the
Yeah,
end of the day, it's not hard like some people would leave you to believe, but it's not easy. What overpowers which one? It's not for me. Like I don't think it's hard, and then it's more leaning more towards easy. It's like in the middle. So it's like
yeah,
there's no like I'll wake up on a day, and my sons, now that both of my youngest son, he couldn't do it at first, but since he watched his brother, he now knows how to open the door. And yesterday morning they woke up, and we got strawberries, we got blueberries, we got grapes, we got all types of fruit
yeah.
and vegetables in the refrigerator. They'll immediately go in the refrigerator, and like I'll wake up and because I gotta jump up to get up and make sure everything's good. And they had blueberries all over the floor, strawberries all over the floor, and I'm like, y'all are really getting me mad right now because it's like that stuff is not cheap,
Yeah.
So it's like, man.
Yeah,
But
no, I know what you mean.
that's it for me. I mean, other than that, I love my kids. I love them.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. It ain't easy to have kids, but the reason why it seems easy to us is because like all the hardships that does come with being a parent is worth it. So you don't recognize the hardships. Now to somebody else that's outside the bubble, that's not doesn't have kids, that sees what we do, they'll look at that and be like, yo, that's too much work. But to us, it's worthwhile. So we don't see how hard it is because we love our kids so much that it's worth every moment of it. Like my kids, I put it out there. I can't be away from my kids. Like I just don't know. Like I'm not putting down anybody else. I know people have different circumstances, whatever. Mom and dad split up, dad lives in a different home. I couldn't do that. Like I couldn't live in a different home and not have my kids, not hear my kids. Like, yeah, sometimes they can get on my nerves and get me upset. But being in a home that's quiet, then it'll make me miss that because I would rather have that than be alone. I would rather see them grow up to what they can be and be there to guide them to whatever they want to do, and then watch them gain that success and know that they're gonna be okay. So when
That's
it's
how
time
I
for
feel.
me to go,
That's how I feel too.
yeah, kids are
Like
wonderful.
I go out of town and I go work, but it's like at the end of the day, I always call my wife and ask her what the boys is doing. You know, so
Yeah, definitely. So while we're getting a little bit touchy on the subject with children and everything like that, and kind of shifted a
let's,
little bit.
let's switch it back. Let's switch it back.
Listen back. So,
Oh,
and any new
go
updates?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like
Huh?
any new updates on the new Batman?
Well, Robert Patch. I can never say the man's name.
Patterson? Is it
Robert
Patterson?
Pattinson. He contracted you know, the G virus.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Everybody's getting that. The Rock's got it. His whole
well, you
family.
know what? One thing I can say, I'm glad you mentioned The Rock because I've been wanting to talk to somebody other than my wife about this. But one thing I can say about The Rock is The Rock, he contracted the G virus, but he didn't come out and say he had it in the beginning. He got it, and then he was able to overcome it. And then after he felt like he was at 100% to speak about it, he made an Instagram video about it. Because that's
Yeah.
one thing I like about The Rock. The Rock is not on Twitter. I mean, he may be on Twitter, but The Rock, he loves Instagram. Like I
Oh,
got him on my Instagram page, and he has what 30 million followers on Instagram. So it's like he will be on there and he posts every day. That's one thing I can say about The Rock. The Rock stays on Instagram, but I noticed something was off because I don't know when he exactly got the G virus, but I remember when he started to do a little bit different. Like he started to post more about his, alcohol company, and you really want to see him talk. And then I remember him speaking about different diets. I mean,
Dude,
what's up, Sneed?
if
Him
you want the
speaking
link,
about
bro,
how
tell
he
me.
eats.
Give it to you.
And that's when I knew something was different. But then when he came
Yeah.
out, he started talking about it. I was like, okay, something was wrong with him. But as far as Robert Patterson, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be okay too, because
Yeah.
me and him is the same age. I think he's a year younger than me, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna, because like the guy was saying, I watched Comic Book Cast. Comic Book Cast is on YouTube, and they do a lot of comic book related content about movies and comic books
Yeah.
based on movies or whatever, or vice versa. But they said that it's a 14-day period. We all know that, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Plus,
I'm
too,
not worried.
his workout regimen, because I was digging more into that for him to get himself fit to be the role of Bruce Wayne Batman. I mean, he really took that serious. So I mean, in the terms of what The Rock says, he was in the gym clanging and banging, and he was basically getting that workout to get ripped. So that way it fits. So I mean that's probably beneficial. Like a lot of people don't understand the dynamics of the viruses in the jar of Dr. Mario. It's not what people are being told. It's not like you get it and you're dead, or you get it and you're zombified. If you're elderly and have underlying issues already, you're more susceptible to it being more deadly to you than it is to somebody who's younger, that their immune system is still kicking. Which is why I wanted Sneed to come in here, because Sneed, he knows all about that, so he can break that down in terminologies that people will understand. But yeah, it's not that deadly towards us, which is why a lot of people always question, if the flu is more deadly in it, then why are we doing all this stuff in the country today? And you know what? That's just like politicians, in the office running around like chickens with their heads cut off, trying to figure out what do we do. And a lot of us, the citizens that's at home, is just like, you're playing with us because you're telling us lockdown, can't do this, can't do that, can't go to the gym, but you can go to the bar, can't assemble for church, but you can assemble to protest, can't do all these things. It's like, what is it?
Something must have happened out here,
Yeah.
because the last few days of me driving,
Uh-huh.
like last night, I was coming back from the store. I've seen so many different people just drive. I'm like, where is everybody going? And then I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe they kind of released the statement, because I don't watch the news. Like, me and my wife, we don't watch the news because we try to
Yeah.
stay away from the news, because the news will tell you one thing and then reality will tell you another thing. But I don't watch the news. So it's like something they must have said something,
Yeah.
What the hell?
I know a lot of stuff is kicking here, only because I think tomorrow my wife's going to find out what her new schedule is, because the number in cases at the ASU campus here just rose a hell of a lot. Like last week Thursday, it was at 480. I think yesterday she checked, it's over 1,000
And that's cases?
cases of like students and staff infected. So tomorrow she is she's got to find out exactly what's going to happen as far as
That's somebody on your Twitch talking a gang of spit.
yeah. So just go decide there. It says that this time it's not doing. Last time I was able to click on it and I was able to block people or suspend people.
Oh, you can actually highlight the comment and block them at the same time?
I did it yesterday, but I'm trying to do it now and it's not letting me. I don't know why. Oh well, I'll deal with that later. Craziness. When people do that, man, it's kind of funny, man. But
I feel like the world ain't right unless we got them. If one day you don't see any more trolls, you'll be like, something bad is about to happen.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like, I feel like if they go away, like if there's no more trolls left in the world, like if they just stop trolling people's YouTubes and Instagrams and Facebooks and Twitters and whatever, I feel like at that point, something bad is gonna happen.
I look at it like this: like when you get someone inside that wants to take the time to be a keyboard warrior, you're doing something right.
You must be doing. That's what I told my. And the other day I was looking through. I was on my YouTube studio and I was reading some of the comments. I don't know if you received these comments yet, but there's somebody is out there, and they're putting the timestamp. They'll put like 19 seconds or whatever, and then they'll say "Hot Girls Live," and I'm like, what's the purpose of this comment? Like, what does this even mean? Like, what does that even mean? And one day I noticed it. I looked at all my videos, and I had like 3 videos with it on there, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, why do they keep spamming my YouTube with this? Like, it was just weird. It was just weird.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, somebody just posted a video saying iPhone 12 disappointment. I wonder what that's about.
No.
That's not
There's
good.
so much. I mean, like we can watch these videos like Pixel 5 disappointment, Pixel 5's great, and iPhone 12 disappointment, iPhone 12. We can't say anything till we get the freaking phones in our hand. Baby Yoda, what up?
Thank you, Tito. What's up, Baby Yoda? And that's why when you spoke about battery life, I literally, where's my Instagram? I made an Instagram post about this where I literally said, and this is no lie, let me go see if I can find it. This was the Pixel 4 XL. I put down there, I said, here is another update for my battery life on Pixel 4 XL. And I put, yeah, still going strong. And it literally shows, it tells you when I took it off the charger. Hold on, wait a minute. It says 18 hours ago is when I took it off the charger. And I had 6 hours left of battery life.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I don't even want to sit there and believe the whole battery debacle. Like this one right here, it says 13 hours ago. This was like the day before. 13 hours ago, I took my phone off the charger. And then I had 21 hours left. Now that day was weird. I'm like, what? Like that was weird. But you know.
Yeah. What up, Majestic Goat?
Hey, dudes.
How's it going,
What's
man?
up?
What's going on, dudes?
I got my first troll on Twitch. I'm excited.
It's always.
I guess that's like a christening, probably, right?
Yeah, it's a badge. We're doing something right.
Always, man. I mean, I got about a half dozen or so, man. I think on the YouTube side. Periscope. Periscope. I've gotten rid of like at least 100.
Yeah.
Sneed, have you gotten that troll where they come in and they put the timestamp and they say "Hot Girls Live" at the bottom?
Bro, that's not like
that's a bot.
Those are like. And
No. I know that. I'm just saying, like, it's just funny to me. I laugh.
Oh, there's tons of them, bro. Like as soon as your live stream is done, they just start loading it up, bro. Like, oh, lovely, you know, or something weird like that, or yeah, hey boys, you know, it's all weird.
What's up, Siova?
Siova, peace to my brother Siova.
If you want to come in, Siova, let me know, man, and I'll DM you the link.
So a random Sunday chill stream, huh?
Yeah, just a hangout chat.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, Riverdale's. I don't mind the trolls. I don't mind them either.
I don't either. I think, like I say, I think you're doing a good job. Once you get a troll, like you should take the time out, like, and just say, "Oh my God, I think I'm getting there. I think I'm about to make it. I got a couple of it." When you got like 6 of them, man, like you be like, "Oh man,
I've arrived."
It's a badge of honor on Twitch. I just started Twitch, so just to get one now.
I need to start me a Twitch because I was thinking about because I love fighting games, man. I'm thinking about going on there and just playing a bunch of fighting games, but I don't have a console. So people might talk a lot of spit, and they might be like, "Is you playing Street Fighter off of a Raspberry Pi? So what?"
So what?
I'm not gonna tell you how I got this game, but yeah, I'm playing Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stadia's got Mortal Kombat 11, bro.
Somebody posted something about Stadia and Quibi. And I forget, was it Technoid maybe, or somebody did. But the question is which one is worse? Or which one is more of a flop? Something like that. And I thought to myself, like, yeah, Stadia doesn't have the mind share. Like, not many people are thinking about Stadia, but like if there's a couple innovations in online gaming, especially from the Google side, then that could take off, right? There's a lot of potential. But Quibi's just bad.
I'm going to tell you this right now, and I think me and you talked about it one day. It's not because that T-Mobile owns, because a lot of people don't know T-Mobile owns Quibi. Like they actually bought Quibi, but I think that Quibi would have been a great idea 7 years ago.
While it would have been in the green stages with Netflix.
Yeah, I think Quibi would have been a great idea 7 years ago because it's like right now you could sit there and like I had Quibi. I remember I had it and I watched one show. I watched one series on there. And that was the one where the guy was stalking the girl and he was tapping into her phone or whatever. But it was all right.
Yeah.
It was okay, but as far as it being something that's gonna blow Netflix and everybody else out the water, that's not gonna happen.
But it's
Like,
not. But it's not owned by T-Mobile.
Really? It's not owned by T-Mobile?
No, that's a partnership that they have. But really, what it is it's owned and operated by Hollywood directors and actors. And the way that they operate it is they thought
like YouTube?
Well, what they thought was these people, these Hollywood people, they think they know what people want. So they said, "Oh, people like short videos. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to make short duration content in these quick little bites. And then it'll be like a 10-minute episode, and then each day is the next episode or the next it goes in sequence, and it's going to be 10 minutes at a time." So they basically said that people's short attention spans, like they did research, like they figured it out, bro. Like they're brilliant and they're geniuses. So we're going to go ahead and start making this content on this platform, and we're ahead of the curve. We're going to be these trailblazers in content, but it's all trash. Like there's nothing good on the platform, but there's Hollywood thinking that they know everything. They're the smartest, like they're the smartest man in the room, and a lot of time what happens is when you overthink something, you over engineer it and then people don't like it.
That's true.
Which is what I think Quibi is, because just because 15-second TikToks are popular doesn't mean that you start making these short clips and if it sucks, it sucks. It doesn't matter how long it is or how short it is. Trash is trash. It doesn't matter if it's a small bag or a large bag. Trash is trash.
That's true.
I gotta address this thing with Stadia here. First of all, Riverdale, I'm going to ask you, have you actually tried Stadia, to be quite honest? And when did you? Because Stadia has really advanced from what it was when it first came out.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were only a handful of games.
And I was waiting for somebody to say that, and I'm glad you did. Now I'm going to try it out.
Yeah, it's like that's what I've been game playing. Like last night's live stream when I game played Little Nightmares, I was playing on Stadia. And I like it because if I pause on my Chromebook, I can pick up where I left off, just opening it on my phone and then walking out.
Oh, you can play it on the Chromebook?
You play on the Chromebook. You can play on an Android tablet. You can play it on. It's coming to Android TV when they redevelop Android TV, and it's already on your Android smartphones.
I think there's room for development and growth on Google Stadia. Mm-hmm. I think Quibi's dead in the dirt.
Yeah, Quibi, they're gonna have to figure something out. They probably gonna have to sell off a lot of the major properties, like those major shows, over to some other network.
Bro, there's nothing going on, bro. We're literally talking about Jeffrey Katzenberg and Meg Whitman, who are basically like the founder and the CEO. I mean, these are big time Hollywood names that raised $1 billion from Hollywood like studios and other actors and producers and directors. They literally thought they knew what they were doing, and nobody else did. That's what they really thought. I mean, Walt Disney invested in them. You know what I'm saying? MGM, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, like they were all in. They really thought, like they convinced these companies, like invest in us. We're gonna do this thing big. This is a total failure. And as great as a media sensation that Netflix was, I think maybe Ray's onto something. Maybe it was a timing issue. Maybe if this was 5 years ago, it would have been different. And maybe there just isn't room right now for this type of thing. I don't know.
No, it's
but I do think it's trash, though. I still, regardless if this was 5 years ago or now, it's still trash. If they would have put this garbage out, then it would still be awful.
Your predictions have been pretty much spot on all this time, right? So your predictions with T-Mobile, predictions of what's going to happen. So, hey, you say it's trash and it ain't going nowhere. Hey, people, we got to take Sneed on that because his predictions has been good.
I don't think I'll be wrong on this one. I've been wrong about other stuff, but I don't feel like I'm reaching here. You
No,
know, I really feel pretty good that.
Sneed, I agree with you, man. They really dropped the ball.
And I don't feel the same like with Stadia. I still feel like there's room for it to grow and develop and be better. And it will be better. Like I think that's on its way. Like that's coming. I don't see how this gets better for Quibi. How?
They sell.
They messed up. They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna have to sell. They're gonna have to sell this over to somebody, or they're gonna have to redesign everything.
Nobody wants to buy DirecTV. I mean, who's gonna want to buy Quibi? A failed studios. Like
that's messed up. That's messed up.
Yeah, DirecTV is in some situations, anyways, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at what's going on with them. I mean, it's like satellite TV is. Come on now.
No growth. It's a shrinking market.
Nobody wants a big dish on the side of their house anymore. That's gone. That's old now. Stream Sony or Microsoft. You don't own the games that you play.
But see, here's the thing about Stadia that a lot of people are forgetting. This whole concept of online gaming. Like 5G is going to change the whole connection thing.
Yes.
You know, like Wi-Fi 6 is already a step in the right direction.
Yep.
You know, you've got the evolution of wireless networking is going to completely change because if you're outdoors, I mean, millimeter wave is going to be everywhere in 5 years.
I saw your video.
So. Yeah, it'll be everywhere in 5 years. And that's just like when you're outside. And then mid-band frequency spectrum is still being deployed at an incredible rate too over the next 3 years. So that works indoors without any type of special hardware. Yeah, man, I think people are kind of, you've got to think about all these new platforms along with the technology that's going to drive them.
Yeah.
So my channel is about the technology that drives them. I don't need 5G. I don't need those speeds on my phone, but it's not just about that. Like here's gaming, which doesn't need incredible speed, but it needs low latency.
Yes.
Because you can literally lose if your ping is too high. You know, like that could literally be the reason why you lose by a frame, you know? It's crazy. Yeah, so like you know, they're going to go hand in hand. The gaming will evolve. Online gaming evolves with the capabilities of the network.
Yeah, I'll address this too on that statement. I mean, like, you know, what he was saying about I'll bring it back up here. So like he says, you know, the actual physical copy. I mean, here's the thing about the gaming community, and I'm sure Riverdale, you probably read this, but a lot of those major ones like Microsoft and Sony, right? So we're talking Xbox and PlayStation are converting to going to digital online copies. Mm-hmm. Like Sony was, I think Sony had its own cloud gaming service before Stadia ever came to be, and they're slowly pushing toward that. Yeah,
PlayStation. There was PlayStation TV which didn't do that good. So they took PlayStation TV away. Now it's just PlayStation.
So a PlayStation View.
Yeah, but the games you buy on Stadia, you do own them. Like, of course, you know, if you delete your account, you lose it, but that's by your hand. But if you buy Mortal Kombat 11 for $39.99, it's yours.
It's your game.
Your game. Everything's going to that cloud gaming. I mean, you know, Xbox is doing it. That's why they have the partnership with Samsung, and that's why they showcased it at the Unpacked event. They're going cloud. Everything's going cloud gaming. That's why 5G is very important, is because your gaming experience is no longer going to be held in front of a TV sitting at home. Now you're gaming anywhere you go.
And I knew this was going to happen. I knew this. I said this like 4 years ago. I said, people work, and then it's like certain games you play, you might want to play that while you're at work on your lunch. Hello, son. So it's like you really want to continue where you left off at, because we only had that privilege when we had handhelds. Now we got that privilege with cloud gaming, where we could literally take our game that we are playing even at home, and we could take it with us on the go and go anywhere we want to. So I mean, it's something that
got this one.
Needed. It's needed.
I'm gonna let this one right here.
All the carriers spend 18 to 20 billion annually on their network. I mean, that's been that way for the last couple of years, and pricing hasn't changed. So I don't expect wireless pricing to be any different.
Yeah.
I mean, might there be some elite gaming plans on certain providers? Maybe they specialize like ultra low latency access. Maybe they charge some kind of fee, add-on feature. I don't know, but I mean, what the hell, bro? People go to freaking Starbucks and pay $9 for a black coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell are we really talking about? I see people go to lunch every day, eat dinner out every day. I mean, they
Like it's
smoke
not
cigarettes. Cigarettes are $10 a pack. I mean, what are we really arguing about here? Like,
exactly.
everything that's built into your life has cost associated with it, and access is access. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
to me, I mean, it's just going to be another thing. They'll figure out a way to make it affordable in deployment, as it would be in the pricing. I have no concerns about that.
Yeah, just because digital is the future doesn't mean it's the best way to move forward. I mean, yeah, you do have somewhat of a point there, Riverdale. It is better to have the actual digital copy, like not digital, but like a copy of the game itself, like the CD of the game. But the way that the gaming industry is going, they're looking to save more money, not having to manufacture all these discs and packaging, and then what they have to pay for, because they pay for a lot. I mean, they got to pay for what they call like predictive damage, so like damage from shipping. They gotta look at those things, so it saves them from having to do that if it's online, cloud stored, for you to just play that way. That's why they're moving in that. Some of us may like not want to go that route, but it's going to go that route. That's what Microsoft, that's what Sony, that's what all these gaming companies are looking at, is they'll save more not having to produce physical copies of the game.
Another thing that I wanted to chime in on, Tito, is that
Yeah.
they're saving a lot of money on that, and then they're also saving money because people don't understand how manufacturing movies and manufacturing games work.
Yeah.
People just think that the company pays for everything, and they kind of do in a way. But me learning about Blu-rays in the last 10 years, I learned early on that when people have a DVD or a Blu-ray or a 4K UHD disc, the company, that's their movie. But they also have to pay for licensing. And then you got these special editions that people actually draw or people actually make a version of. So it's
Yeah.
like you have to pay so many different people to actually get this content to be viewable at home, because it's like you guys directed and you guys have actors star in the movie. And of course, the money behind all that is the studio's money, but you also have to think about advertising. You have to think about, music. I mean, there's so much involved in it. It's the same exact thing with gaming. Like
Mhm.
Sony and Microsoft, they have these consoles that play these games, but at the end of the day, you have different gaming companies like Konami and Capcom and all these other places that make these games. They have to pay them. So they're trying to figure out a way where they don't have to spend so much money. That's
Yeah.
why Sony is coming out with a digital version and they're coming out with a disc-based version. And let's be honest, the digital version is probably going to sell more nowadays. Now, back maybe like 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, the digital console probably wouldn't have made as much money.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
But the now that we live in the times that we live in now, because of the G virus, they're gonna sell the digital console, gonna sell way more money
Yeah.
because people don't want to go out and like I remember being young. I remember going to GameStop, EB Games, and all these different gaming stores you can go to go buy a game. Man, people were standing in line for hours. Like people were standing in line for like 6 hours for one game. Now you don't have to do that. Now you can just sit at home, put your reservation in, and just when it's time for you to get your game or pre-order, and then when as soon as it's ready for you to download, you can download it. You know.
Yeah.
But me,
Oh,
you know me, y'all know me. I'm a content, I'm a physical copy type of guy. So I love my physical copies as well. But
yeah.
that's why there's two markets. There's going to be a digital side. There's going to be a physical side. Who's going to be on the digital side? It's going to be, I love certain movies, and certain movies don't come out on Blu-ray. So it's like now Netflix, what they're doing is they're producing and they're putting out a lot of their Netflix movies on Blu-ray. I got a couple of Netflix movies on Blu-ray, but at the end of the day, it's good to have both digital and physical.
I would ask Riverdale, what service does he have, he or she? I don't know about this one.
That's a he. Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to know. Like, I just I just threw out the coffee thing just as a joke, man. It's but like I would be curious to see what you're paying. I mean, unless you have an Obama phone, I mean, you're paying for service. So what makes you think you're not going to have good enough service to run an online gaming platform? I mean,
True.
The next generation of wireless networking it's going to be a standards-based protocol that's going to be market wide. It's not going to be discriminatory against somebody who's wealthy or somebody who's low income.
Yeah.
So
everybody have portable 5G phones. Look what T-Mobile. As much as I don't like T-Mobile, T-Mobile is actually doing something.
I mean, it might take them a while, but it's going to be out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
since I got you here, Sneed, have you heard about the LG Wing?
The LG Wing?
Yeah.
Maybe. What is it?
I'll show it to you. I still got the tab opened up. I'm about to share it right now.
I was gonna say, if you don't do it, I will.
LG is gonna launch this not tomorrow, but like a week from tomorrow. So like in a week. There it is right there.
Yeah. That's it.
It's a swivel. So closed normal form factor candy bar style swivels into a T shape. Kind of like what they did back in the day with like feature phones.
Yeah, I think I understand. So does it swivel into place so that it stacks on top of each other?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you could tuck it away?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so it's got like a 6-inch display for viewing and then a half of a display for typing?
Yeah.
Yep.
How thick is it?
Not too sure. They didn't give too much of the specifications of it. The only thing that we know so far is that it is going to run a 700 series Snapdragon chip. So
They
it's
do
not
that to try to keep the cost down.
Yeah, but other than that, I
mean, I got the specs if you want me to share it.
Yeah, yeah.
So how does man, I'm lost. All right, so that top part of that underneath display, there's no functionality. It's just a swivel at that point.
Yeah, it's just a swivel. It swivels up for the main display to go into a T shape, and then you got that bottom display that acts as a keyboard.
They are really trying to make something different now, aren't they?
It's a sidekick. It's a sidekick, Sneed.
I know. That's what I thought of. I thought of that T-Mobile sidekick from back in the day.
Here we go, Tito. I got it right here.
All right.
I think this is it.
Are these just renders, or is this a production thing? Like they're actually
that's actually the production thing of it. They're announcing the phone on next Monday.
Real.
Do they show how it moves, like how it rotates? And stuff?
I got a video.
No, we have to wait for the event. The event, they're gonna unveil it and show it on the 14th.
There's a video out.
What are they saying? The $2,000 or something? $1,500? What are they saying?
Let me go down. No, they got the price here. It says here reported that the LG Wing is expected to cost $1,000 in the United States, which is a lot for a phone with the mid-range spec.
Yeah.
Well, Motorola did the same thing with the Razr, and they came in at like $1,500.
Yeah, I'm cool.
With the foldable display.
This is why I'm earlier, Sneed. You wasn't in here, but I'm pretty sure you caught the end of it. This is why I stick to one. I stick to 3 companies because I know what I'm paying for. I'm sticking to Google Pixel, and I'm sticking to Samsung, and I'm sticking to iPhone. I already know with iPhone and Samsung, if you don't have the money, then you're going to have to figure something out. But see, the best thing about Samsung is that you got options. Now, LG, they have options as well. But come on, man. I'm not spending that much money for a phone that could swivel. If I want a phone that can swivel, I'll go on eBay and I'll go look for a sidekick. Don't get me wrong. I won't have the same exact specs as this phone will, but it's like, no. I mean, and the funny thing about it is people are going to buy that phone.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people, but people are going to buy that phone.
I was hoping it wasn't $1,000 and did something crazy with it because LG.
$1,000, sir.
The mechanism doesn't require it to be $1,000. I'll tell LG straight to their face on that. It's a swivel.
I've learned in the last 2 years that these companies don't care anymore. They don't care about. We can have a petition.
They don't give a damn about us.
I can make a petition I could literally get 100,000 signatures saying that a lot of these phones, whether it be a Samsung or an iPhone, is too expensive. They don't care. They'll be like, you got 100,000 petitions. You got people that signed it, but it's like at the end of the day, we don't care. We want to make money. They don't care. And it's like the same thing goes for LG. This is why I stick to 3 brands. This is why I'm only messing with Samsung and iPhone and
here's
Pixel.
the thing with LG though, because like LG's been slept on, right? I said that in the last podcast that I did. You know, they've been flying under the radar. They had the LG V60, and then they came out with the LG Velvet, and I'm like, okay, you know, so they're kind of starting to get a good footing to come back in the limelight.
Now they're trying to make luxury phones.
They're trying to compete with Samsung and the Galaxy Fold, and it's like, why do this? Like, now that I know it's going to be about $1,000 or more, like, why?
You ever see The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen when he was?
They're shooting themselves in the foot, like,
man. They don't know, like LG literally doesn't know what to do because Samsung rose the bar. As much as I don't like to say this, Samsung rose the bar when it comes to luxury phones. Because at the end of the day, the Fold is a phone that you will see a guy get out of a Maserati or a Bugatti.
Yeah.
If because it's like not a lot of these guys who drive those cars who have that amount of money, they might have a BlackBerry key too. But that's the phone that people have when they are aka stunting. So
yeah, I gotta say this on that. I mean, it's like,
but will I buy the LG Wing and will I try to sit next to a dude that got the Fold? No.
it looks like a freaking like an ectoplasma reader from Ghostbusters. I mean, I like the fact they're trying to be innovative and bring something different, or like kind of refresh a design from the past that we've seen before. But for $1,000, no, I don't see anyone saying, "Hey, I want me a swivel phone."
$799, yeah.
You want to be innovative? Put a 6,000 milliamp hour battery in a phone with a 765 processor.
Ooh.
You'll get 3-day battery life in a 5G phone, and it'll be future proof for the next 2 years.
Crying. People have tears. No disrespect to my Indian people, but the Indian commercial where the guy would throw the trash and the Indian man would start crying. That's exactly the reaction that people will get. They'll turn around and you'll just see a tear come down people's eyes because that's a
give them a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, give them a headphone jack, give them a case in the box, give them a fast charger in the box.
And wait a minute. That's the basic model. Let's give them another model where it's 6,500 milliamp hours, 16 gigs of RAM, the Snapdragon 760, headphone jack,
pre-installed with a
SD card support.
Yeah, pre-installed with a screen protector, a case in the box.
Case in the box.
Oh yeah, give them the whole shebang.
Fast charging and wireless charging, and then price that bad boy at $899.
No, make it $1,000. Make it $999. Just put everything in it that they'll ever need. They'll never need anything the whole time they own the phone. Everything's in there.
Yeah. Just by saying that, you just made some tech geek bust a nut, basically.
Oh my god!
He blew his wad. He's just like, "Where's this thing?"
500 milliamp hour battery. Oh my god! SD card support. What?
Happy with the Samsung A20.
Hey man, and I can't get mad at you about that. What's
Jose?
up, Jose?
Yeah.
I can't get mad at him about that.
Man, I mean, LG's got no direction. I'm like seriously debating. Should I start a GoFundMe to raise the money so I could just buy the company from them and then just?
You can't buy that company. They're successful in everything except phones.
I mean, you'll probably buy a part.
They can separate that division like Motorola did. Like you have Motorola and Motorola Mobility, to separate that division and then let me buy that.
Yeah,
I'll do some stuff to bring the name back.
They're smart. They know what they're doing. They're gonna be.
They're doing good with displays and TVs, and they do washers and dryers and all types of stuff.
Ovens and stoves and toilets. People don't know LG sell toilets.
Damn.
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
Oh.
You ever see an LG toilet?
I want to see this.
You never seen one before?
Right? Is it like a bidet? Does it have that effect to it?
I thought y'all knew about the LG toilets. Hold on. That's crazy. Hold on.
The battery sucks on the A40. Wow.
Hey, man, here it is right here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yep,
everyone
here it
wants
is.
to introduce an
LG
toilet.
televised. No, wait a minute. Okay, so it's not LG.
Oh,
That's a subsidiary of LG? Huh? I'm confused.
so like a
Okay,
baby company.
so yeah, it's like a okay, so no, I don't even think that's no, here it is. LG based toilet. Here it is. LG U Plus to introduce Korea's first low T based bidet toilet. Yep, this is it. This was 2 years ago. Hold on, let me go ahead and share my screen. See, we don't have it yet, you know. Here it is. There you go.
Whoa.
Yep. And check this out. It says the upcoming low T electronic bidet works with syncing with the LG U Plus Home to low T platform app. Using Wi-Fi, users can remotely control the bidet's water temperature, spraying strength, as well as cleaning format.
Babe,
This is 2 years ago.
we need an LG toilet.
Well, you know, as much as LG wants to, they want to be like Samsung because people don't notice. Samsung actually sells clothes. They
Damn.
sell clothes. Samsung just doesn't sell washer and dryers and ovens and phones and TVs and tablets and laptops. No, they actually sell clothes.
Damn.
They even have baby. They have a lot of their R&D works on a lot of baby stuff as well.
This is crazy.
Mhm.
It is.
That's why people I tell people all the time, like I love phones, but no. Until you got a toilet, that's when you know you're doing it big.
Switch from the OnePlus 7T Pro 5G McLaren to the Pixel 4a and couldn't be happier.
Really?
Mm. Do you still have that phone for sale, sir?
I was gonna say.
I'm quite interested.
Yeah, are you moving on from that OnePlus, man?
Yeah, what's going on? I need a new OnePlus device.
Right.
Yeah. And I get, me personally, like, and this is just me, and everyone knows I'm the Pixel dude. Talks about the Pixel a lot. I'd say, I'm glad you're happy with the Pixel 4a, and I hope that it's wonderful because I think it's a solid device. But from a OnePlus 7T Pro 5G, I probably would have waited for the Pixel 5.
It doesn't matter.
A Pixel 5 is not even necessarily better than that OnePlus.
Let me go ahead and put my DM
well,
in there.
If he's going from like that to like the Pixel 4a for like the stock experience and the snappiness or whatever, the one thing that
the OnePlus
sure
has those features. Like the OnePlus is snappy. The OnePlus is very stockish. I mean,
it's very similar to Pixel, so it's really hard to kind of like try to differentiate.
Right.
Jumping from one to the other.
I wonder if he was having issues with his.
5G.
I'm wondering if he was having issues with his.
Yeah, because that's the point that I focus on right there is that he went from a 5G capable device down to one that's not, and that's not going to be future proof. Like I love the Pixel 4a. Don't get me wrong. If people are like, do I go from the 3a to the 4a, and they're not solely invested in 5G just yet, then fine, go for it. But
I had the 3a and I had the 4a for a couple of days. I mean, if I had a 3a XL, I would rather have that than the 4a. If I already had a 3a XL.
See, Sneed don't like to say this, but me and Sneed had a conversation a long time ago. Sneed, he likes OnePlus.
I do.
It's just that me and you both agreed on what, Sneed? What is it? We don't like the cameras.
I mean, with the Gcam, it runs pretty good.
There you go. That's one thing I can admit. But see, Gcam makes everything better. Like I put Gcam on my Note 10, and I took a nighttime photo. And it's like it shows. It really shows the difference.
Yeah, but I don't have problems with Samsung's camera software. I think it's pretty good.
No, I don't. That's me too. I like Samsung. See, that's why I like Samsung's cameras too. There's no problem with it.
Samsung's cameras is solid. I'll give it that. I think to anyone that really wants to kind of like sit down and kind of differentiate, Pixel and OnePlus, it's really really hard to do. The only thing that I would say differentiates it is that if you are afraid of a Chinese manufactured phone, that would be the only difference. Other than that, OnePlus has been real solid on keeping their devices up to date in the same manner as the Pixels have been. Sometimes it comes out a bit earlier than when the Pixels get it. They've done that with Oxygen OS updates. Yes, their cameras, when you really kind of nitpick it, because like Ultra Tech had the OnePlus. I still look at him as a OnePlus guy. And I've seen some of the photos he's taken, like,
What are you talking about, bro? He's the rabbit guy. What you mean, bro?
But you know how he's really into his photography and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I follow him on Instagram, you don't have Instagram, do you, Sneed?
Nah.
Sneed don't believe in Instagram.
Bro, how many things you want me to have, bro?
We gotta get Sneed on Instagram.
I mean, seriously, bro. Periscope, Twitter, you got to all this stuff. I can't keep up anymore, bro. Discord, Slack.
Come on, Sneed. One more ain't gonna kill you.
Come on, man. You got Slack.
Bro, I literally can't keep up anymore. I don't know what's going on. The notifications, it's freaking nuts. I don't even know how to respond to email anymore. I'm like, what app is that?
There's dark mode. Dark mode is on there now, Sneed. Come on, man.
Get out of here, Ray. Get out of here.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Ray, this is why our people don't have anything, bro. We can't go place an act properly.
My point was with the OnePlus is that, like, if you really look into the photos, yeah, you probably find some flaws with OnePlus's cameras versus. But Ultra Tech has really taken some good photos with the OnePlus that, honestly, I would say is just right on there with the pixels. But he knows all his stuff with the cameras, like composition and everything like that. So
yes,
yeah, you probably have to play with it a little bit more, but you can achieve those shots.
I mean, some of that camera stuff is a little overstated.
In my opinion, it's a little bit overrated.
That's what I'm saying. As I agree, Ray. That's what I'm saying. And I mean, if you want really good photography, you actually own a DSLR.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I don't know, man. I mean, somebody who's really into photography has dedicated cameras, has dedicated lenses for different styles of photography and video. So I don't know where people are going with this direction of mobility in terms of cameras. Like, there will come a time where there is a ceiling and mobile phones will hit a camera ceiling.
That is true.
Because literally the form factor of the phone will have to change to accommodate the size of the sensor.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't. You buy a dedicated camera when you are real serious about photography. You don't buy an iPhone or a Note or a OnePlus. You just want something that's going to take good photos when you need them.
We got some jams going on.
Oh yeah, I had to give my sons they little quick lunch, like some strawberries. Some strawberries real quick.
But Sneed, you're right on that. They're going to hit that ceiling because pretty much right now, and I'll say this, maybe people disagree with me, but as far as like the mobile industry, as far as building hardware, they're at the ceiling. What they're doing now is they're stuck at the ceiling and they're scrambling around the ceiling to find that hole to go through. So all they can do is just keep going on camera and keep talking about camera.
But it's certain things about the camera. Like here's the two most important things that we saw in the evolution of mobile photography. The first problem was lighting. How do we get decent shots when it's dark? So they've been fixing that and making that better, right? Each incremental year, we see that, low lighting photography has improved. And then the other piece is wide angle, right? So they essentially made selfies and near shot photography improved, right? And the way they did this was with additional sensors and cropping and all this other software stuff. But I mean, at some point, you've reached the software and all the trickery, all those limitations, and you legit need larger sensors and different sensors. That's going to make a smartphone. If a smartphone right now didn't have a camera array, like imagine a Note 20 Note 20 Ultra with no cameras, that phone would still be $1,000.
Yes, sir.
So if you're going to put pro grade photography, which means pro grade sensors, not like regular mobile camera sensors, I mean like DSLR camera sensors into phones, it would change the form factor. You'd literally have to make the phone like 2 inches thicker, right?
Yep.
And you need better processing and you need better battery life. I mean, there's so much that would have to change.
Your phone would look like
phone would be over $2,000.
Yeah, there you go.
The phone might be $3,000. Exactly, and that's my point. Is so when I look at somebody who's talking about mobile photography, really what you want to try to exploit is this camera distinguishing itself by having excellent low light photography, wide angle photography, depth sensors, that's really what it's boiled down to, because you're not going to do better than a DSLR, because
No.
DSLR is a dedicated piece of hardware for photography. It's not a phone that does photography. It's a camera that does photography. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't say, oh, I'm going to have Sneed make me dinner because he's Sneed Mobile Tech and he knows wireless. So I'm going to have him make me this great dinner. No, go get a chef to make you dinner. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me. Yeah, I can make eggs. But like, how gourmet can eggs get? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to go to like, yeah, you get like, there's a special tool for doing special tasks. Go get yourself a DSLR, have your phone with you all the time and take decent shots. But if you really want to go pro grade, you got to get the pro equipment. And it ain't happening in a phone.
And you know, another thing that I've been noticing too, Sneed, is like, you got some people they'll really go the extra mile. They'll be like, well, you know, I can get a lens for my phone. I'm like, that's still not gonna make the phone take. Like it's oh man, it's so hard. It's so hard.
I'm gonna find something. Just by you saying that reminded me of this lens for the iPhone that just looks so ridiculous.
You're better off buying a powerful phone with great battery life and has horrible cameras, and just carrying around a professional grade DSLR with your phone all the time.
That's true.
I mean, if you're going to go there, if you're going to try to buy a phone based on its cameras, right? So let's say you buy like, I don't know, what's considered the best camera right now on a phone? The Huawei's, P40s and stuff like that?
Huawei is the underground champion. So so let's put it in boxing. Huawei is the underground champion that, you know, somebody, you know, only a few people know of. He's like legendary. But it's like you got
the heck?
You got Pixel and you got iPhone, Sneed. Good God.
You want to carry that around?
Good God.
You know, I took some photos of
that's ridiculous.
Some flowers and a couple of insects in like a field. And I sent them to my brother-in-law, who's a professional photographer. And he said, what did you take those shots on? And I told him it was my Pixel device. I think it was my 2XL.
Yeah.
And my 3AXL. And I sent him some photos. He goes, wow, that's really good for a phone. Do you notice how he put that in there? Really good for a phone.
Exactly.
Because what he could have did with his cameras and lenses would have still been better. And he knows that. And I know that.
Yeah.
But he was impressed by the software of the processing that went into that image, as opposed to what the lens actually did. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think people need to understand. Like, seek the opinion of a professional when it comes to stuff like photography.
There you go.
You know?
Oh, speaking of which, yesterday, you know how I was talking about like the 4As, when this camera, when you take pictures, the colors are more vibrant. And then you were asking me was it because of the color reproduction on the display, or was it actually the photos? So I actually went ahead and did that again. And I had my wife send the same photos that I took from my 4. She took with her 4A. We sent it on Hangouts, and then I opened it on my Pixel 3A. And yeah, the colors are vibrant from the 4A. Mm-hmm. Yes. I know. I got 10 minutes. I don't know if y'all heard my wife. She's like 10 minutes.
No, I'm just playing.
Go ahead and eat. You guys about to do the brunch?
Go ahead, man.
I got 10 minutes.
I gotta get ready to edit this damn crank video. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this shit.
But anyways, before we start wrapping this up, so I guess the point being is, narrowed it down, is that all these manufacturers are pumping out phones and telling you reasons why to get it as far as like the camera, but you're never gonna get the best shot unless you use a DSLR. If you're going pro mode, you just want a good photo. Then yeah, like Sneed said, eventually this area is going to hit that ceiling, and then what do they have next to do that?
Right. Yeah.
And I call it like it is. But anyways, I do want to thank everybody for being in here, hanging out with me in this Sunday. I hope this Sunday, chit chat was cool. Do more of these. I appreciate Sneed for coming in and Ray for coming in.
Of course,
it's a lot of fun.
Of course,
I'll do more of these on Sunday. And thank you to the troll on Twitch. So I just started on Twitch, so one person coming in trolling, man. That's the insect. I'm doing something good.
You're making it. You'll be about to make it.
Definitely. Yeah, so that's it, guys. You guys take it easy. I'll be back tomorrow with my weekly podcast episodes. We'll talk more about that LG swivel because now I'm pissed at the price that they put it at. We'll talk more about.
I knew it was gonna be priced at that.
LG, they should have went the route what they did with the stylo when they built the stylo to be something. Yeah. That's sad. All right, everyone. You guys take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And as always, aloha.
Aloha. Peace.
Peace out. Peace out.